Mdzananda began in 1996, and it was very amazing story because it really began with a person here from the locality. It's a certain man called Mr. Joe. He realized that many animals were sick, and the sickness was due to fleas and ticks and all that. So he got a trolley and went around the neighborhood, washing the dogs. So that was in the 1990s, and now the clinic has over 23 employees, 2 veterinarians, hospital manager, and a lot of people, that do work over here. We offer, a great variety of veterinary services, and we also educate the community in terms of changing their perception towards the animals and getting to understand that animals are a great companion. It's a great companionship with them.
The importance of keeping these guys warm, it's because we don't want their temperatures to drop. We want them to be constant always. We want them to feel free, to be comfortable, to know that they are loved. We want them to feel that they are at home, they are safe, because we noticed that when they are at home, there are places where they stay. Some of them are living outside where there's rain, no shelter. So that's why we're keeping them here warm and safe.
Well, all 3 of these, this one, and this one, are all motor vehicle accidents. They've all been run over by cars. Very common. It's probably one of our most common problems that we face here is the runovers. So in fact, they've all had pins put into their broken legs, which will stay there for several weeks until the bone is healed, and then they come in again for us to remove that pin.
One thing that we would like to have, and this has been, requested by the veterinaries, is that we would like to have a fund that per month, we know that the clinic will be able to conduct an extreme surgery or an extreme care, for an animal. We have cases where an animal has been knocked down by a car, it is brought here, and we know that it's going to be costly, because it needs pins, it needs recovery, it needs a lot of things, and the animal is in complete pain and misery. So sometimes, the veterinarians talk to the owners and say, it will be better to just put it down, because unfortunately, the treatment will be very, very expensive. However, if we were able, to have a designated fund for that kind of specific cases, it will allow the veterinary, to save more lives of the animals, and we will not be so heartbroken, to have to say goodbye to an animal. There is a great misconception, everybody thinks because some areas are not probably, as wealthy as others, that people do not care for their animals, and it's a misconception. We have a lot of owners, who bring their dogs for puppies, for vaccinations, yearly vaccinations. They bring them for dewormings. They bring them, for any kind of thing, sicknesses. We have people here that come crying, look at how my dog is, or it has a high temperature and things like that. So there is a great misconception, and I believe, that Mdzananda believes, that education is just the process. Education to both sides, education to the misconception, to eradicate that misconception, and education, to enhance the well-being of animals in any part of the world.